Okay. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you for joining today. We wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhava, Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. And wanted to continue with where we left off yesterday, which was looking at the Puranas, and specifically we looked at the Puranas which are in the three modes of ignorance and three modes of passion. It's not that the Puranas are in those modes. It's meant for the devotees who are perhaps in those modes, and to elevate them to the next level. Yes, Pravin?
You started about Puranas. I've got one question before even you carry on. There is a Puran which says Bhagavad Gita, and it says with the Gopi Git, and it says about everything about Krishna. Is that the same Puranas or different?
Yeah, Gopi
It says with Gopi Git, and it says and Dongre Maharaj.
Yes, so the Gopi Gita is in the Bhagavad Puran. That is in the Bhagavad Puran, not the Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
Bhagavad Gita is a little different. Bhagavad Gita is where Lord Krishna talks to Arjun, instructing him about whether he should fight or not in the Mahabharata. But Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Puran, is the huge Purana, which has the Gopi Gita within it. Yes, that's correct.
So is it worth reading it or no? Because I have read Dongre Maharaj.
Right. That
it is about, I think it's about old Mahabharata.
Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, this is the one that we have. We did 100 seminars on that before you started joining us, and it's very good. It's definitely worth reading. Yes.
All right, that's fine then. Definitely. Thank you. Just we carry on now because I think I'm getting mixed up with Srimad Bhagavad and
it's easy to get mixed up. The Bhagavad Gita is only 700 verses. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita is only 700 verses. Yeah. And it is 18 chapters where Krishna is basically describing to Arjun about what his duty is. But the Bhagavad Puran is the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami. And it's much more detailed.
Much more detailed. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyway, we carry on now. Yeah. Thank you.
So the first of the Puranas in the mode of goodness, Varaha, contains 24,000 verses. Herein, there is a conversation between Lord Varaha and Bhumi Devi, who is Mother Earth, about the manifestation of Parvati, or also known as Gauri, and her sons Ganesh and Kartikeya. Gauri's battle is also described with the demon Mahishasura. And this is one of the most famous reasons why Parvati Mata is so revered. The greatness of holy sites like Mathura and other places are also described. It also has more about general Vedic philosophy. So Varaha Puran. And Varaha is Lord Boar. He's the boar incarnation of Krishna. Then we have the next Purana, which will be the 14th Purana, which is Narad Purana. which contains 25,000 verses. The teachings of the four Kumaras, who offer their advice regarding such thing as duties in family life and religious practice. So the four Kumaras are lifelong brahmacharis. They're the sons of Brahma, as is Narad Muni, and they are great sages who are featured a lot also in the Bhagavad Puran. They give a lot of instructions, a lot of guidance to us. There are also descriptions of the appearance and activities of Sukadev Goswami. Sukadev Goswami also recited the Bhagavad Puran to Parikshit Maharaj. So the activities and appearance of Sukadev Goswami, who learned the knowledge of the Bhagavatam and recited it to King Parikshit, along with the pastimes and characteristics of Lord Vishnu, Surya, Ganesh, Shiva, Durga, and others. It also offers descriptions of other Puranas as well as the greatness of such holy places as Haridwar, Kashi, Kurukshetra, Mathura, Vrindavan, and other places. So this is Narad Puran, very interesting Puran. So next one is the Garud Puran, containing 19,000 verses. And Lord Vishnu answers questions from his carrier Garud on Vedic topics and activities of the day of Brahma called the Takshya Kalpa. This Purana primarily relates the glories of Lord Vishnu. It contains 1,000 names of Vishnu, the Vishnu Sahasranam, ways of meditating on Vishnu, and worship of Lord Krishna. It also includes the pastimes of Lord Ram, the process of yoga, types of charity, Sankhya philosophy, descriptions of the spiritual domain, the celestial regions, and the process for attaining liberation from material existence. So Garud Puran is also very famous for a description of the soul, journey of the soul after the soul leaves the body, how the soul goes through various conditions depending on its piety or its sinfulness. And the Garud Puran explains the different punishments, the different hellish conditions the soul may go through if he's been particularly sinful. So this is quite an intense Purana. A lot of interesting information in this Purana about when the soul leaves the body. Next is the Padma Purana, which contains 55,000 verses. This is a huge Purana. It includes the important stories of Lord Krishna and Vrindavan, Lord Ram as well, and other stories on the importance of the holy places such as Pushkar. Pushkar is one of the few places where Lord Brahma, probably the only place where Lord Brahma is worshipped. Jagannath Puri, Kashi, was Varanasi or Banaras, Prayag, also currently known as Allahabad, Gaya, and the Narmada and Ganga rivers. It also includes a section called the Bhagavat Mahatmya on the glories and greatness of the Bhagavad Puran. So this is really unusual. In Padma Puran, another Purana is glorified, the Bhagavad Purana. And why is that? Because the Bhagavad Puran is considered to be transcendental. It's the highest of all the Puranas because it is specifically focused on the pastimes of Lord Krishna and his devotees. It's very powerful Purana. So, finally, the last two, 15th and 16th 17th and 18th Puranas. So, Vishnu Purana, 23,000 verses. Parasar Muni, who is the father of Srila Vyasadeva, describes events of Varaha Kalpa, expounding all duties. He also talks about the origin of the caste system. He describes the pastimes and worship of Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi, and Prahlad. He describes the descendants of Prithu and Priyavrat, and also the marriage of Vasudeva and Devaki in many of Krishna's pastimes. So this is the Vishnu Purana. And then finally, the famous Bhagavad Purana, 18,000 verses. The Bhagavad Purana is also known as the Srimad Bhagavatam, completely different from the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavatam is Srila Vyasadev's own commentary on all of the Vedanta philosophy. It brings to light all different aspects of the absolute truth, but especially the personal characteristics of Sri Krishna as the final conclusion of all Vedic understanding. So this is the important to understand. It describes Sri Krishna through many different angles, different levels of vision. It's very powerful. It does not elaborate on worship of other devatas or demigods, or on rituals that award various temporary material benedictions, as do some of the other Vedas and Puranas. Therefore, the Bhagavatam, completely transcends all other philosophical viewpoints of the Vedic literature. So if one wants to read any of the Puranas or any of the Vedas, one can read the Bhagavad Purana. It's not short. It's not as long as some of the other Puranas, but it gives complete knowledge about Sri Krishna. And that's why this Bhagavad Purana is considered to be beyond the three modes of material nature. So, although we're saying here it's in the mode of goodness, actually it's in the mode of pure goodness. Shuddha Tattva, Shuddha Sattva, Sattva. So it is very, very powerful, extremely powerful, and highly recommended. If one has read the Bhagavad Gita, perhaps a few times, then it is worth considering reading the Bhagavad Purana. It will enhance one's knowledge of spirituality to a great extent. Any question? That's where we wanted to stop, actually, on the literature side of Vedic literature, which forms the basis of Vedic Dharma, or Sanatana Dharma. So I wanted to stop there. Are there any questions or any comments? So just to do, yes, Pavan. Can't hear you, Pavan.
Hare Krishna. I have heard about Guru Puran, which is like when somebody died, they read it on the, I think maybe 6 days or after 7 days, they will read it. And I have heard about it, that what karmas you have done and where the Atmas goes and all sort of things you go through.
That's right.
That is, it's you can't hear it, I tell you.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's a very tough one. But it's not very big. It's only a small book. But when the elder people are reading in the room and you are just sitting there and hearing it, then you realize it. Oh my God, whatever.
Yeah, eye-opening stuff.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I will try to get this Bhagavad Purana from somewhere, and I will try to read it, but it is difficult to get one.
In Gujarati?
Especially in Gujarati. I prefer in Gujarati.
Yeah, get it in Gujarati.
In English, it will be difficult for me.
Yeah. No.
Even if I can, even if I can buy it, I don't mind. Because my sister can share with me. Because what happens is, if I read books, my sister do read books too, and she loves it reading. She lives in Leicester.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know she has got it or no. But I don't know, are you going to help me or what?
We can try to find a Gujarati Bhagavatam.
I'm ready to pay for it.
Yeah, but probably from Gujarat, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, Ahmedabad maybe.
Ahmedabad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't know about the libraries, if they got one in library.
No, they won't have it.
All right.
Yeah, we're going
Anyway.
West, so we can get it at that time.
Well, when you go, just remember me and buy one.
Yeah, will do.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like to read it, because now this is what we are learning from you. And it is good that we to have more knowledge about the Krishna.
Yeah. And that book actually will help a lot. It describes Krishna's pastimes and his absolute nature very nicely.
Yeah. I mean, even if you watch it on television,
yeah,
that's different. But
it's
when
different.
you're reading, it's different,
Yeah, you won't yeah, that's right. It's true.
And I love reading myself too. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we can stop there and we'll continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna, everybody. Sanatana Dharma ki